Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I came into your reading. I felt so warm. I felt like it was almost like coming home. Well, fourth house. I don't know. It was such a nice feeling. Let me just sit in that for a minute. Let me just sit in some Cancerian energy. It's just like feeling like, and it's so funny. I don't know what is going on. It's almost like being away on a long trip and, coming in the door with a heavy suitcase and sore feet and a sore neck and like coming in the door and the house smells like something freshly cooking. There's like a warm yellow glow in the light. It's just like this really nice feeling. The minute I turned the camera on, didn't feel it. I sat down, the minute I got into like my zone to do this, it just poured over me. It was so nice. Thank you. I'm going to take that. I don't know if that's a message for you. Sometimes this is when it feels like it pays off to be a tarot reader, an empath, an oracle. A lot of times it doesn't because you have to go into heavy energy, but that was nice. That was a really nice feeling. I could just sit in that for a bit. My goodness. I think you guys must be good cuddlers. Why do I think that? You guys must be big cuddlers. All right, Cancer, so let's get into your reading. You know what, this is just about me. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy your energy. So, Cancer, I'm going to go into the Wild Unknown Oracle, and I'm going to go into the, what do we have here? Spread Your Wings. Well, that's nice. The timing is perfect. Perhaps you have an eclipse here, too. I get so much sometimes from these underlines that are showing up after the pre-shuffles, but Archangel deck, so get a message, get some sort of guidance from something bigger than all of us. But the Wild Unknown is going to be about really just trying to read the overall energy of you in this reading right now. Sometimes I get quite a story out of it, though. And then I'm going to go into the Good Tarot. This is so weird. Okay. I can't believe he's at the bottom. The King of Water. Is there anything else with that? The Wheel. Five of Water. There's a change. Okay. Really funny. So when I was doing the pre-shuffle, I know I keep interrupting myself, but it happens when you're channeling and things are popping up and synchronizing. When I was doing the pre-shuffle, he kept popping up, the King of Water. And looking at him like reaching out for this little fish. And what was so curious was there's another card, I believe it's the Page of Water, where she's under the water and she's sort of like, and there's a little, what the hell are they called? The horse guys, the little water horse. No, it's a, what are those things called? Little horsey things in the water. Anyways, that's really odd. How do I forget that name? Seahorse, there it is. I think a water horse, a seahorse. And it was almost like, I think it's come through a couple times this week, that card, at least once very prominently, where it was like a message that was being blocked or something trying to come through. Do you know what I heard every time I saw him in the pre-shuffle was message received? Message received. And I thought, I wonder, like, is that something for me? Or I don't know. I don't know, maybe it is. I haven't figured it out yet if it is, but I don't know. I think it's more for you. Message received. Message received. That's interesting. I'm really curious that he's at the bottom after all of that. Oh, so much goes on here when the camera's not on, huh? So, yeah, I'm going to take that deck. And then after we look at the overall energy and what the archangels have to say, I'm going to take the tarot deck and I'm going to look at obstacles that you are facing, how this obstacle is showing up in your life, hidden factors that you aren't aware of, and what can help you move forward right now. So that's what this is all about. Actually, you're the last one doing this because I started this, this is called like working towards success, or, trying to get some success here. I started that with Leo. So we are full circle now coming to you, Cancer. That shuffled nicely. So let's get started. It is a general reading. Because it's general, it may or may not resonate. If it does and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. Wow, that was quick. All right then. wow, you have the starfish at the bottom. And you have this one. Oh, you got a lot at the bottom. Camel. Okay, let's give me a minute here. What do we have here? Oh, you have the elephant and the gazelle. You know, it's really curious, that whole phrase, message received. Now, this elephant, he's been looking for something for a long time. He's been on a long journey. So, right, I'm just going to talk. This is your energy. This is the overall energy of your reading. So let's just see how that comes forward. This reminds me of almost like with the message received. And what I'm seeing here is this elephant going through the darkness, right? Just like a torch, a light, a flame. Just a few feet ahead of him is all he can see. He or she can see to go through this darkness, to go through some sort of period of unknown. It could be your whole life. Maybe it's just a small aspect in your life. But I want to say this message just feels fairly prominent throughout my readings off and on for the last 2 years. So what's curious about it is this feels like receiving, like the elephant has received something from here, indicating like this is no longer dark, right? To me, I feel like the sun is rising here, and the gazelle is quite fast. The gazelle is extremely fast. I mean, I believe, unless other predators just get incredibly lucky, the cheetah is the only one that really takes down the gazelle, and that's just an evolutionary chase. The two of them always like after each other. So the gazelle is very, very fast, whereas the elephant is very, very slow. Well, you wouldn't want to try to outrun one, but you know what I'm saying. It's very different energy. So this is slow, tedious, through the darkness, just, you know, getting a little bit of information at a time as you're going, it's almost like coming through that door, through the house, like being on a long trip, being away from home for a long time. And whatever home means to you in this sense. Home is a protected space for Cancer, like it symbolizes that, things that you keep protected and secret, private, your private space. And, or I don't know, maybe trying to find that, or maybe trying to understand it, or come to terms with certain things that are changing within it. And this has been long. It's been a long process. Once you get over here, it's like life speeds up big time. Life really speeds up big time, and the sun rises. Like the sun is coming up. So it's almost like, you know, just getting to that train station just as the train is leaving the platform, and you hop on just in time, and then it goes. Like there's no waiting here. Once you get over into this with the gazelle, both fire. This is like a long burn, and then it's almost like a long burn to clear things in the way, almost like the king of fire. Like if something needs to be burned to get it to finally clear something that's very toxic or not assisting anyone in their growth, just burn it, baby. Burn it and scorch it. And it's almost like a long burn. And then you finally have this, you know, you picture after that all the little plants coming up quite quickly. This growth, this period of growth. So I really feel like something to do with your home, because of how this started when I got into this reading. Maybe that's something that you want to achieve, like that feeling when you walk in the door, you're almost enveloped, like almost every sense that you have, your sense of smell, your sense of sight, your sense of sound. I've been actually listening to, I really love this. It produces a real nostalgic feeling. So there are love songs from the 1950s, and they're all very like powdery and funny, but just that time period, it's a really distinct sound. And I'm trying to recall if my grandparents listened to music like that, and I kind of would hear it in the background as a kid, because I like it just kind of playing like almost lost in the background. It's almost like echoed voices. It's really cool. And so that's kind of what I'm getting all of that, really, that energy like you do. You walk in And I don't know, maybe there's a radio playing off in the distance, or you can hear the kids giggling, or there's something about this feeling that I don't know if you've been searching for that, you know, like maybe you've been searching for that space for you, or how to make your space like that. I really feel like you're there. You're almost like about to walk in the door. And why are these cards not talking to me at all? I'm going to show them to you in case they're talking to you. Starfish, Swan, and Camel. You have a lot of fire here. The elephant, the gazelle, and the camel are fire. And then the swan and the starfish are water. Oh, okay. You know, the star's kind of coming out as like dreams. Emotional dreams. Like in the water, emotional dreams. And it's slow too. You know, starfish, you usually have to watch them on some sort of a film that's been sped up because they move so slowly. So it has that feeling of the elephant again. So emotional dreams, but they're going to be reflected back to you. It is sort of like talking to you about your manifestation here. So you might have had a lot of passion and drive to get to some sort of dream for yourself. I feel like on some level in your home space. But this kind of feels like a clue here is to really bring in your emotional dreams, and it will be reflected back to you. It's almost as if saying there's so much fire here, and this camel produces a balance between water and fire, like the heat and the cold of the desert. So being able to have that balance. So for this to be reflected back to you the way you really want it is incorporating your emotional dreams into this. Not just your, I really want to do this, I really want to accomplish this. What do the angels say to you? Archangel message for Cancer. An Archangel message for Cancer. We got two. You are safe. Archangel Michael, I am protecting you against lower energies and guiding you, your loved ones, and home. I can't make it up. I can't. I love it when that happens. That is so great. I want to feel like too, like, okay, let's say you have this space already. Maybe you're watching and saying, you know, Cindy, my home already feels like that. I've already made it that. It already feels like that. You know, maybe there's some things going on in your life, or there might be some things going on in your life that feel very unexpected. And you know, you might feel like, gosh, could that challenge the beautiful space that I've made for myself here? I think this is like, just like to affirm for you that no, it's good. Like, you're really being protected here. Hello from heaven, Archangel Azrael. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Oh, that's really nice. What could you be worrying about? I'm wondering sometimes, like when that card comes up, if you're worrying about past loved ones. If you're worried about someone who is on their way to passing, I'm getting the message that they're fine, they're protected, they're looking for peace. That's really specific. So when it becomes really specific like that, I imagine it's maybe for one or two people. But everybody has a right to hear a message. So that's definitely something about, yeah, like they're surrounded. They're surrounded by loved ones, actually. And you'll notice that happens to people as they get older or they get closer to passing. They start telling you that they see people that you know aren't alive anymore. Uncle George, no. Well, Matilda died 40 years ago. Matilda's standing right there behind you. Yeah. So there's definitely a message about that there. Lots of angel protection around you. Your home is protected. You are protected. Divine order at the bottom. Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. See, that kind of links into what I'm feeling here. Like, even if you feel like you've created a very stable, warm, inviting, I'm hearing wholesome, whatever that is for anybody, home environment. If things are if things are moving around or changing, don't worry. Like, everything is going to be okay. It's all happening the way it needs to happen. So, now let's go into the tarot and see. I see what I mean. I find to get like a whole reading just out of that. And then we're going to go into this. And it could become, a lot of times it is just its own message on its own. So, I feel like everyone's getting a double reading this week. All right. The obstacle that you were facing. The call. Judgment. Oh, I'm hearing literally waiting for a phone call. You're waiting for a phone call. How is this showing up in your life? And hidden factors that you're unaware of. How is this showing up in your life? Wow, you're definitely becoming the leader here. Ooh, yeah, there's a lot of fire. Elephant and gazelle, right? All that fire we talked about. How it's showing up. It's making you very, like a real strong, strong-willed, really taking control over how you want your environment to be, how you want to feel. So, okay, taking control over how you want your environment to be. Just saying that could actually come out and say, well, that sounds a little bit overly controlling. I think what we really want to say there is you taking control over how you know you would like your environment to feel. So if you feel like, you know what, plants make me feel happy. Plants bring me a sense of comfort. They help clear my air. I would love to have more plants in my home. It's just like looking at your environment and identifying what makes it feel good or not good for you. But also, like, the obstacle that you were facing is the call. You're waiting. I feel like you're waiting for some sort of message or some sort of phone call. Message received. So you're going to receive a message. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. Hidden factors that you were unaware of. Hidden factors that you were unaware of. Oh, that's a lot. There's a lot of hidden factors in here. Crap. All right. The Nine of Fire, the Four of Water, the King of Air, and the Queen of Fire. Oh, there's those stars. They're all holding something. There's something going. Okay, what I'm trying to figure out, because these are not you. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. It literally feels like a big hidden factor here. This is not you. These are not you. This King of Air and this Queen of Fire. Why are they here? I'm not sure yet. They're a hidden factor in your life that you're not aware of. You know, like, and okay, so this is kind of how it could be something as simple as this. Like, okay, you could have, maybe you have a partner or your kids or something. And, you know, everything is fine. And then they come home from work or school or whatever. And then they just like in this sour mood, and they could just really bring the energy down, or things feel very conflictive or combative. Like, oh, okay, we're going to try to have a nice night. But not really realizing what's going on. It's almost like, okay, well, there could be someone in this person's environment outside of where you are that affects them. Like, that's how this feels. Like, this is something really, really like a hidden factor. It could be something as simple as if you're going to go to the bank today and talk about getting, I don't know, a loan or renew your mortgage. the person that you're dealing with is in a sour mood because of someone else. There's some sort of connection here to energies that are like literally almost a good 6 degrees of separation from you, but are somehow affecting you. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happens all the time. It's interesting how I place these. Okay, the King of Air is a professional on some level here. I mean, it could be showing up as your own boss. It could be showing up as some sort of legal thing that you're going through. But with the Nine of Fire, it does feel like, okay, I want to say this person, it seems like to me that they are very busy fulfilling a lot of other people's dreams and wishes here, because she's holding all these stars. So somebody is kind of overwhelmed. So if there's something that, maybe there's a project that you want to do in your house, or I don't know, maybe you want to buy more plants for your house, but you can't find them anywhere. It's literally because somewhere down the chain, someone else is kind of overwhelmed here. Someone is overwhelmed. The Four of Water and the Queen of Fire. Now, this is interesting because this right, comes out as a counterpart for the King of Fire. And how this is showing up in your life, I feel like you're producing this energy now. You're like really being strong and dynamic. Really like looking in the direction that you want to go in and trying to put the fuel in the tank to do that. Now, but this counterpart energy for you, maybe it could be the yin to the yang within you. The emotional part is, because all queens are water-based. All queens are water-based, as well as the element that they represent. So this would be like a watery queen, but with fire in her. And all the kings are, I believe it's air. All the kings are air, as well as what they represent. So, right, the queens are more kind of emotional, that more yin, feminine energy. So there's something going on here with this element that has like just feeling like something is missing here, or what's showing up is not what you really are looking for. There's an emotional element here that hasn't been fulfilled. Maybe this is like just someone in, I don't know who this is. I'm going to have to clarify it. I want to say it feels like at least 2 different individuals because we have 2 court cards here. All right, what can help you grow right now? What can help you grow right now? Oh, geez, the King of Water and the Four of Fire. Message received. And it's it's celebratory. The message is celebratory. Ace of Fire. Oh, sorry, Ace of Air. Why is that fire? It's almost like a dynamic idea becomes some sort of truth. Ace of Air. Yeah, taking flight. Something that's going to, there's some sort of energy that's going to be moving for you in a much better way. I'm so curious. Like, it's like you're waiting for a call, or you're waiting for some sort of, if it's not a call, it's like a message of some sort, or waiting for some sort of information. But in the meantime, it's making you, I want to say, kind of more stronger-willed. Waiting for the call to go somewhere, waiting for... Waiting for something to open. You know, it's interesting. There's so many people that are like off sick and all this stuff right now. For the first time in this pandemic, I was supposed to have a orthodontic adjustment today, but I couldn't. Because, yeah, they're juggling with, you know, everything that's going on. So it's almost kind of like that, right? Like now I'm waiting for a call for them to tell me when I can come back again. I have a feeling I might just miss the whole month of January, which will put me back a whole month. But what are you going to do? You know, it is what it is. It's a pretty minor thing compared to what a lot of people are going through. But it's, you know, it could be something as simple as that. Like, you're just waiting for, I don't know, maybe for an appointment to get rebooked. The obstacle that you are facing. You know, like sometimes these readings don't have to be big monumental things in our lives. Oh, you're waiting for a call, all right. The Tower and the Devil. Destroy this shit. This, wow. Well, that's a call. That's a call that really shakes this stuff up, man. It sounds like you're waiting for some sort of information. Like this is an obstacle, though. It's almost like you're sitting on standby, waiting for some sort of information that's going to allow something kind of toxic or controlling or manipulative to fall away from your life. So again, I said, it feels like that there's something controls you in a very, no, I don't want to say control. Something influences your life in a very degree of separation way here, like the hidden factor that you were unaware of. How is this showing up in your life? You're the King of Fire. Strong, passionate. You can do it. The Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands. You just are, wow. You're just, you know what? It's almost like, okay, this energy is really combustible. This energy is moving. This energy is on fire. This energy, it's dynamic, it's interesting, it's explosive, it's expansive, it's leadership, it's so many things that it's okay, it has to do something with the obstacle in your life. It's almost like a wild stallion being put in a small pen, or like an inmate in a prison, being put in a small area, and you don't have much area to grow in. So, you know, you grow the biggest you can in that little confined space. If you're that stallion in this little round pen or whatever it is, you don't waste an inch of that space to grow, to stay healthy, to kick it up when you can. Like, you're really utilizing the space that you have left, or that all that you have, to really like work for yourself in it. And like even an inmate, like, okay, I've not been given any exercise equipment or this is what I can jog on the spot. I can do push-ups, sit-ups, I don't know, like all that. Like, it's just, you are using what you have at your disposal, even though it might not be the best situation right now. You know, I do want to say, I learned this when I was really young. You all probably know it anyways, right? It's like a watch pot never boils. When I first came out of college and I was trying to get a job, I was always sitting by the phone because I would set the resumes out and everything. But then as soon as I would leave the house, I would come back to messages. And I thought, you know what? Nothing comes in when you sit and you wait for it. You have to go out and do something else and allow the universe to kind of deal with that, and then it'll come in. And it's not really going to make much difference in your life if you're right there to answer the phone, or if it's a message, I guess, unless, I don't know. Don't get too caught up in your head with that. All right, let's look at this. I feel like, yeah, this is, okay, the King of Fire. So maybe there's somebody of, like, it could be a boss. It could be, like me, right? Like a professional, like my dentist's office. But again, there's a lot of other people that have to be considered here. I just feel like with all these stars, other people's healing, it could be your doctor, other people's healing that has to be considered right now. That's really funny too. So I don't know if some of you are waiting for something too, like it could be medical and it's kind of been put off, because there's a lot of other stars that need to be considered here right now. So let's, the King of Air and the Nine of Fire. The Hierophant and institution. So the Hierophant and the Sun. Well, this is a place where dreams can come true. This is a place where happiness and healing exist. But it's overwhelmed right now. This is a really funny message. Huh, okay. The Queen of Fire and the Four of Water. Yeah, this just seems like somehow a counterpart to you. I mean, it could be the yin within your own yang. But I mean, it could be a partner. It could be Someone that you are very, very close to on some soul level, you know, a parent, a friend, a spouse. But this energy, it's like it's in a state of disappointment because none of these are suitable. I don't know, none of these are suitable. None of these offers are suitable. I hope this is making sense to you guys. Like, the messages are coming in really, really clear. I'm just having trouble as a reader, like, linking them to absolute specifics for you, because that's not coming in. But, you know, I'm not always meant to understand your message because it is for you. So part of me feels like these two energies are completely separate parts of your life. The King of Air is in a completely different element of your life, and the Queen of Fire is in a completely different element of your life. So that's probably the reason I'm not really feeling a connection between these two, but they're still influencing your life in different ways. So let's find out about this Queen of Fire. Wow, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this energy is, it's out in the cold. It's disappointed. What's even out there to look at isn't worth looking at. Emotional disappointment and like even a sense of physical isolation or separation. You're ready to go. You're fired up, ready to go. I mean, it's almost like the more you're held back, the more you're like revving the engine. Okay, so now this is interesting. This, now what can help you grow right now? Message received. I almost feel like I'm reading a bit into time here, into the future, because this feels like the obstacle you're waiting for. It's almost like waiting for a call. And then what's going to help you grow? The message is received. Let's look at each one of these separately. The King of Water, message received is what we've been hearing in this whole thing. Ace of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Oh, this is almost like a deep emotional message about maybe someone who can't move or can't come towards you. That's really interesting. Maybe you can't move. I'm only saying that because, I mean, you wouldn't think so with these cards. I mean, this looks like a moving and shaking, right? Really moving and shaking it. King of Fire, Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands. Like crazy, but yet you're facing an obstacle that seems pretty difficult with a Tower and the Devil. Whoever can't move here, there's just a lot of love. There's a lot of love. I don't know, maybe you're going to receive some sort of a message. You will see something, you know, it just feels like, again, the beginning, like when I walked into your reading, I just, oh, this feels so warm. Like what, right? Like the change from this to this. I don't know, you're going to get some sort of message. The Four of Fire. I think I just inhaled some wax from my mouth. The Page of Cups from the Four of Fire. Small celebrations. Okay, so this feels like small celebrations. But you know what? Because this warm glow is almost like that feeling of walking into that house, like I described. So when I say small celebrations, I don't. Oh, I think that was finally my snowplow guy. Anyways, so I'm leaving. It's like the little things in life that bring you happiness and joy. You know, like if you're going to have a family night together, so you make popcorn and everybody has their own special drink and you'll all pick the movie out and you dim the lights, you turn all the electronic devices are off and everybody is snuggled together and there's a fire watching the movie. That's like a really small thing compared to some of the huger things that can happen in our life. But that's like a celebration, you know, it's like a really nice little celebration with the Page of Cups. It's like a small inspiration that makes you say, like, let's have a movie night together, or let's do a game night together, or, yeah. I don't know. This is such a curious reading. I kind of feel like parts of it were all over the place, but all I can do is read the cards. The Ace of Wands and the Three of Swords. Oh, this is, wow. This is like deep poet energy. This is deep, deep poet energy. This is someone who takes all of the pain and the heartbreak that they've been through, that they have, that can sit inside them, and they can write like the most moving song, or paint the most incredible picture that just, you know, like it produces emotions within other people. It's having a really unique, passionate idea, but it grew out of the seeds of pain. That's so Cancerian. That just seems so Cancerian. So that's what I have for you. My goodness, that was a reading. Wow. I'm going to go do the extended. So what I'm going to do in the extended, I'm going to go into the Journey of Love Oracle deck. I'm going to get words of encouragement, or just a message to you from that. And then we're going to go into the tarot. We're going to look at what is the universe trying to guide you towards, why, what is the lesson in this, and then your next steps moving forward. Thank you so much, my sweet portals of love. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.